Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me your listening ears. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Lungiswa, but because you are my friends today, you can call me Lungi. Now, I'm a Xhosa woman. For a lot of people that may not know, Xhosas are an indigenous tribe in South Africa. We are one of the largest tribes in South Africa. We are very welcoming. We are very proud of who we are. And the women, the Xhosa women in my tribe look like this. This is not a costume, as some people have been asking, oh, are you performing today? No, this is just me. This is what I look like. This is what the people of my country look like. The people of my tribe look like this. And as you can see, I have dots, and this is makeup for a lot of the women in my tribe. We are the matriarchs of the family. We are very jovial. We love family. We love community. And some notable South Africans you may know who are also part of my tribe are Nelson Mandela and Winnie Madikizela Mandela. These are the faces of the fight for the freedom of South African people. Thank you. And of course, for those who may not know, this is my wonderful mother, the woman who has inspired me so much to drive what I am coming to speak to you guys today about. So growing up, when I was a young child, like many other young women of color, we used to play with Barbie dolls. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with Barbie dolls. And I used to love Disney dolls as well. They were so beautiful. They were very magnificent to me, but they didn't look like me. But I always wanted to look like them. In our libraries, we had wonderful books. We had Alice in Wonderland, Dr. Seuss, Peter Pan, and of course, my favorite was Beauty and the Beast. Now, these books were very great. They were beautiful. They inspired me to have a wonderful imagination. But then again, we didn't have stories of girls and queens and beautiful women who represented my culture. I didn't have any stories to share with any other young girls of color. When I was in my teens, I attended a school that offered English and Afrikaans as languages. I needed these languages to pass my grade. Now, when I enrolled, my mother was very upset at the fact that I was going to be learning the language of our oppressors, Afrikaans. And this was required for me to pass my grade. So when she protested and told the headmaster that my child will not be learning Afrikaans, you need to offer her a different language, they gave me French, which was wonderful. I managed to learn a new language. Now, there are 11 official languages in South Africa, 2 of which are English and Afrikaans, and we have 9 other indigenous and official languages that I was not offered. I could not speak my mother's tongue. Now, another thing about post-apartheid, we had a lot of high European standards in the schools, and this meant that girls like me, who had hair like this, had to burn our hair with heat and to burn our scalps with relaxer. This was required for us to attend school. Now, this hair that grows out of my head was not allowed, and was not allowed for other young girls like me. Now, imagine going to school and you had to make sure that your hair looked a certain way because it was not accepted. And to think of that, you may have heard of women and young girls that are protesting the same issue in South Africa right now. It was actually even reported on CNN a few months ago. A girl called Zuleika Patel had said she has had enough of having to change the way her hair looks in order for her to attend a school. So they're still protesting right now. This is still a big issue. Girls cannot represent themselves with their hair. Now, you got to understand as well that this isn't just the issue for South Africa. This is the issue for many women of color who are not allowed the opportunity to have an authentic space for their hair. And for me, stories like this now make me think, hey, when I was growing up, I didn't have the opportunities to to be able to read and enjoy stories of amazing women of color. This book called Black History by Stephen Jones Sr. gives me and my daughters the opportunity to learn about magnificent women of color. But then you also have to understand, well, why is it that women of color are not represented in this manner? This is because of the sapphire caricature. The sapphire caricature portrays women of color in a very derogatory and very negative manner. We are either too bossy, too loud, too malicious, or too angry. And as Dr. David Pilgrim said, the sapphire caricature portrays women of color as rude, loud, malicious, stubborn, overbearing, angry. Do I look like that? No. As you remember, even when Ghostbusters came out, you had a situation where Twitter went mad because Leslie Jones is part of Ghostbusters. She's being compared to a gorilla. Now you have here Zuleika Patel is a representation of women who are being grossly misrepresented in society. We're not being told that we can be beautiful. We're not being told that our history is part of world history. It's part of world history. It shouldn't be excluded. We are women that are innovative. We are women that are entrepreneurs. We are women who hold high status in society. But why isn't that reflected? Why do we only know about women who are Western and European, but we don't know any of the other women of color who have done the same, who have fought for women's rights, who have fought for amazing feat for women to even vote? Look at us. We're beautiful. We're doing amazing things. We're educated. We travel. We have sports. We're in the military. My Girl Squad is inspired by women of color. It is time for us to tell our own stories authentically and reflect ourselves in a manner that the world can also receive us as positive human beings. Imagine a world where women of color can now positively reflect themselves, reflect their achievements, and have young women of color feeling like they can actually have a chance without having to be stereotyped. This is what my Girl Squad is about. We're about community. We're about telling authentic stories to the world. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your ears.